I can ride my bike with new handlebars. Yeah, okay. Hey guys, this is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews, and today we're going to talk about the NordicTrack commercial R35 Recumbent bike. Now, recumbent bikes aren't great for everybody, but for those that they are good for, they are really useful. So if you are somebody who's recovering from an injury, if you are an older generation, if you're just looking to get in a little bit more movement throughout your day, then a recumbent bike is going to be a great tool for you. Now, if you are training for the CrossFit Games or you are an elite athlete, probably not something you're going to want to look at. You're probably going to want to look at more of like a studio cycle bike, an upright bike, something of that nature. But a recumbent bike is going to be great for those who lack mobility or have an injury, or those who are looking for a low impact machine on their body. Now, this recumbent bike particularly actually comes with a touchscreen and has iFit programming along with it, which I think is a really unique feature to this bike. It costs around $1,500, and one of the things that I really enjoy about a recumbent bike is their seat. It's a reclined seat, it's vented on the back, so as you're pedaling and you're sweating, you're not gonna be pulling lower back sweat on that full seat, which I think is really useful. Before we talk about more of the specifics of this R35 recumbent bike, go ahead and make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you can continue to see all things fitness. We have a lot coming your way that you aren't gonna wanna miss. Also, if you want to go ahead and purchase this recumbent bike, we've placed a link below the like button to make it easy for you to do. Just click on that link. When you do that, it does give us a small commission, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. And lastly, this was sent to us by NordicTrack. However, it's not going to change what I'm going to say. I'll always tell you the features that I like about it, what I don't like about it, and everything in between. All right, so let's talk first impressions. Now, working here at GGR, I've had the luxury of looking at a lot of recumbent bikes, testing a lot of recumbent bikes. I wouldn't say recumbent bikes are aesthetically usually very pleasing. They don't have any sort of modern flair. They kind of almost remind me of something that you would find in like your grandma's basement covered in dust. You know, it's just kind of been like looked over. It hasn't been used. However, then she walks in, right? And she's got this like nice little curve to her. She's super modern. Not only that, but she's got this bright silver, almost like shiny reflective color. And I think just one of the most aesthetically pleasing recumbent bikes that I have ever seen, or honestly that's out there on the market today. A recumbent bike is a super easy machine to use. I mean, it's basically hop on the bike, get pedaling. The touchscreen is gonna light up, guide you to where you wanna go. Another key feature that I really like about this recumbent bike is that it doesn't require SPD clips or cycling shoes in order to use it. It has a cage toe box, so you just have to use your cross-training shoe, slip in your shoe to the cage toe box, and get to pedaling. In terms of conveniences, this does come with dual water bottle holders. Now, this is my first call out to this machine. I don't think that these water bottle holders are placed very well. If you have any sort of mobility issues or lower spine issues and it makes it hard to twist from side to side, this is going to be really inconvenient for you to go ahead and grab those water bottles. They are placed behind you on both sides. I don't think they are easy to grab. Even for me who doesn't have any sort of mobility issues, I can twist fine. I didn't find it convenient to grab my water bottle out of the water bottle holder. As far as the sturdiness of this machine goes, I would say it is probably the most sturdy recumbent bike that I have tested this far. There wasn't any sort of play in the structure, even as I got pedaling pretty hard, even as I cranked up the resistance as high as it would go. I honestly really try to get it to move because that is one of the things we test, is just to make sure that it is really sturdy. And there wasn't any sort of give to the structure, even at higher speeds of this recumbent bike. Another thing that I really appreciate about this R35 specifically is the 350-pound weight capacity. Now, this is above industry standard. Most of the time we see a 300 weight capacity, but this goes above and beyond that 50 extra pounds, so it makes it a more inclusive machine for a lot of people to use. In terms of flywheel, I always say the heavier the flywheel, the more I appreciate this machine. A heavier flywheel equates to just a more sturdy machine in general. This has a 25-pound flywheel, so not the most heavy flywheel that we see, but still decent enough. And I think that this is okay because you're not going to be doing any sort of standing up to do hill climbs or anything of that nature on this bike. So I think we can get away with a 25-pound flywheel and it'll be plenty adequate for the machine. The R35 has silent magnetic resistance, which is much preferred option to any sort of friction resistance. It just makes for a smoother ride, a more quiet machine, and I really appreciate that fact. Now here is my second and honestly my biggest call out to this machine. It is really hard to move. Now I have a decent deadlift, obviously. I mean, look at me. You can tell, like, girl, that girl deadlifts. She's a machine. but I had a really hard time moving this. There were no handlebars at the base. It's also curved, so it's not like you can easily grab something. So in terms of portability, I give this like a 0 out of 5 stars. I was kind of shaking my head being like, where do I grab this? How do I move this around? It was really frustrating. So I hate that fact. If you are looking for a portable machine to move from room to room, this bad boy is not it. However, if you are wanting a sturdy machine to keep in one place and one place only, then I think it's okay. The R35 comes with a 14-inch touchscreen that boasts iFit programming. Now, iFit is very useful because you're not only going to be able to take recumbent bike classes on this, but you're also going to have access to a ton of other classes. So you have your cycling classes, you also have some treadmill classes, some walking classes, strength, Pilates, yoga, and so much more available to you through the iFit programming. For iFit programming, you are going to have to subscribe to that, and it's going to cost $396 a year for a family membership or $180 a year for an individual membership. That comes out to about $39 a month for a family membership, but they don't have any sort of individual monthly cost program. While using the iFit programming, at the top of your screen, you're also going to see your basic metrics. So things like your time elapsed, your cadence, your calories burned, and more things like that you're probably going to want to keep track of during your training session. A couple other conveniences to the R35, aside from the cup holders, which are convenient but not convenient, is that you have Bluetooth capabilities. You also have a fan that does an okay job. I wouldn't say it's the best fan in the world. They also have speakers that surround the touchscreen that I think come through with really clear sound. In terms of warranty, it comes with 10 years on the frame, 2 years on parts, and 1 year on labor. Now, this is a decent warranty, but you do have to keep your machine in a climate-controlled environment. Otherwise, you do risk voiding the warranty. The other thing that I would say is this is almost a $1,500 machine. A lot of the times when we compare this warranty to other warranties at this price point, it does fall short a little bit. For example, the Schwinn 230 is 15 warranty on the frame and is half the cost of the R35. Overall, there is a lot that I like about this machine. If you can get past the fact that the water bottle holders are kind of inconveniently placed or doesn't have any sort of handlebar at the base, making it a really easy portable machine, I think this would be a good fit. I like the fact that it has iFit programming with it. I like the fact that it is a touchscreen. I think that it is a really sturdy machine, and overall, I like the aesthetic of the R35. Let us know what you think about this machine in the comments below, and if you want us to compare this one to the 230, even though it is half the cost, we would love to do that because I think a lot of people would be surprised at some of the specs between the two. I am Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews, and we'll see you back here next time.